Guess who's back? Did you miss me? Did you miss us? Increasing violence in Hong Kong, calls for impeachment again, plus the State of the University address. From WHIP, I'm Maya Tejada, and this is your WHIP News Crackdown. Vice President Mike Pence traveled across a carless island by motorcade on Saturday, sparking some controversy. Mackinac Island in Michigan has had a ban on motorized vehicles since the 1900s, with few exceptions for police and construction vehicles. While visiting for the Michigan Republican Leadership Conference, Pence said that he had come to Mackinac often growing up. After a video of Pence traveling by motorcade was posted on Twitter, many Michigan natives were critical, calling the move very disrespectful. On Sunday, President Trump admitted to discussing Joe Biden with the president of Ukraine back in July. His statement came following reports of a whistleblower complaint from a member of the intelligence agency. The complaint has not yet been released, but reports suggest that it accused President Trump of encouraging Ukraine to investigate a 2020 presidential candidate. Trump has accused Biden of acting inappropriately in 2016 by pushing Ukraine to fire Viktor Shokin, who was the prosecutor general at the time. The president alleges that Biden did this in order to end an investigation into a Ukrainian oil company which his son is a board member for. There is no evidence right now to suggest that this was the case. Democrats have called for the release of the complaint and the transcript of the call, threatening impeachment if the president refuses. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi gave a deadline, saying that they must be released by Thursday. Protests in Hong Kong have reached their 16th week, with protesters targeting subway stations and shopping malls. The protest started in June against proposals which would allow extradition to mainland China. The bill was suspended, but protests continued with new demands for full democracy and an inquest into police actions. Clashes have become increasingly violent. This weekend, protesters threw petrol bombs and set fires, while authorities used tear gas and rubber bullets. Police have stated that they fear they may have to use live ammunition in defense if violence continues. Sarah Patterson, a Temple graduate, received an LGBTQ Excellence in Journalism Award for her podcast about infertility. Patterson, who studied journalism, first started producing with TUTV. Now she produces the podcast IVFML, Becoming a Family, which documents the stories of couples using in vitro fertilization and other people struggling with fertility. Patterson and her team won the Excellence in Podcast Award for their episode We're Both Going to Be Moms. The last season of the show aired in October, ending due to one of the hosts leaving HuffPost. Now, Patterson is working on a podcast which discusses the ABC show The Bachelor from a feminist perspective. Temple University President Richard Englert gave his State of the University address last week. Featured in his speech was the completion of the Charles Library, which he said will set a new standard for university libraries. Englert also highlighted collaborations between Thomas Jefferson University and Temple's University Health System. He announced plans to continue construction on campus by building the Alpha Center, an early childhood educational, dental, and behavioral health center that has been stalled in the approval by City Council last year. Englert also praised Temple's new policies regarding climate change and the ban on tobacco. Well, that is all the time we have for today, unfortunately, but please join us next time for more of the news that you care about. From WHIP, I'm Maya Tejada, and this has been your WHIP News Crackdown.